Let's go, everybody. What is up? What is up? What is up? It is me. It is me. It is me. Welcome, welcome, everybody who are tuning in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, I don't know about y'all, but I'm like really excited right now. The reason why I'm excited is because this new program I got, it is so awesome, as you can see. Now, if y'all tune into any other my other podcast sections, yeah, you could tell the difference. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love this program. I really do. Miss Phyllis, welcome for New Orleans. You know what? I was saying New Orleans almost a year ago, prior before COVID, I think. I was in New Orleans. I went down there for the first time ever, and I enjoyed myself in New Orleans. I went to Bourbon Street. I was all over the place, all over New Orleans. New Orleans is a great town, and I can't wait to go to New Orleans again and visit once again. That's my city. New Orleans is my city. I love New Orleans. I love me some New Orleans. But once again, y'all, I'm here. I'm excited about this program. As y'all see this nice, handsome picture of me, looking good. But I look good all the time. So yes, yes. Welcome from Detroit. Welcome from Detroit. Matter of fact, I'm doing y'all a little bit of this justice here. Let me go and just throw y'all comments up here so y'all can see these comments here. Once again, that's Miss Phyllis here. She from New Orleans. Hey, welcome, Miss Phyllis. Then we got Miss Sharia from Detroit. Welcome, 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 welcome. And always we got Miss Tina. She always be faithful here. She got a lot of things to say every time she be on the podcast with me. So I appreciate you here as well. Now, once again, I'm not going to have y'all too long, but I got some couple of things I wanted to discuss with y'all. Now, Miss Phyllis is Miss Sharia. If you are a part of the official Urban Therapist channel, I will recommend that you be active in the postings because we be having some interesting discussions. I throw those discussions out there and people come in and they give me their point of view and I give them my perspective and it'll be some really good dialogue. So if y'all had the opportunity, go ahead and just go through the official Urban Therapist page and look at all these different posts that I took the time out to provide for you. And I guarantee there'll be some good content there that you will enjoy. Okay. So without further ado, let's go and get into this actual show. All right. So before we do this, I'm really giving y'all this justice because I'm really feeling this picture, but I'm gonna take it down so y'all can see me. Here I am. All right, so let's go and get into this. Okay, a couple of things we're going to discuss today. One of the main hot topic posts today. We was dealing with this marriage license situation. All right, so I'm gonna talk about that for a little bit. Then I actually have a video that I'm gonna share with y'all too regarding Miss Micaiah Bryant and the recent shooting too. So I'm gonna share that with y'all as well. And we're just gonna go from there, okay? All right, so first thing first, let's get into this post right here. Let me go ahead and add it to the screen. Here you go. Now, this is on my Facebook page, on the Official Urban Therapist page right here. Now, I know I also be having people tune in to me on YouTube. So if you're tuning in to me on YouTube, if you tune in to me on YouTube, I encourage you to like, follow, and share as well. Not only on YouTube, but on just going to my Facebook page as well, because that's where it's at. All the magic happens on my Facebook page. All right. So I encourage y'all to do that. All right. Cool. Now, so this is the post that I made right here about the marriage license. Now, before I made this post, I had put out a video. The video that I put out, it was about this young lady. This young lady, she was basically giving this little whole spiel about why this video right here, a matter of fact, Yeah, this young lady here, she was giving her whole spiel about why a marriage license is a piece of paper, and I decided to do a rebuttal video based on what she was talking about. If you ever seen the video, you could go to my Urban Therapist page and you could click on the video and you could hear my rebuttal about that. But just to make a long story short, I was saying in my rebuttal the reason why men think the way that they think. All right. The reason why men think the way they think about the marriage license is because most men feel that that the marriage license is not beneficial to them. When they become married, because the marriage license is a legal binding document. All right. So a lot of men, not me by the way, but a lot of men feel that way, that once when they sign up for this legal binding document, that they don't benefit from it at all. And one of the main reasons that I shared on this video was due to the fact that if the marriage were to dissolve and there's no prenuptial agreement involved anywhere in the union, more than likely the man income would decrease by 50%. And what I mean by that, so by law, every state in the United States, by law, what's going to happen is that you're going to have to split 50-50. You have to split your every assets that you gain within the marriage. You have to split it 50-50 if the marriage dissolves and y'all decide to get a divorce. So therefore, that's one of the main reasons why the marriage license isn't as appealing, to a lot of men. And that's basically my rebuttal about that. All right. So now talking about this license, I had a whole lot of perspectives about this license, which was real good. It was real good. Now, I was sharing with the group this, and I said this. I said, ladies, would you still get married without your marriage license? Would you still get married without your marriage license? So I was getting a lot of feedback on that. And majority of the ladies were saying, nope, they ain't gonna do it because they feel that the marriage, without the license, the marriage is not void at all, which I totally get it. I understand that. I get it, So I began to go into a little bit more detail about explaining the whole purpose and the history of the license. And one lady in the group, she was sharing with me from more of a biblical perspective about the license, and I was giving a biblical perspective about the license as well. And one of the main points that I made in my rebuttal was that the license itself, the actual marriage license itself, is nowhere biblical where God ordained an actual marriage license. But however, God did ordain the sanctity of marriage or the sanctity of union. It wasn't until later on later on in the century where a marriage license became an actual thing. All right. And what made a marriage license became a thing, and we talk about biblical, right? What made a marriage license become a thing is because different men was going around. There was treating their own wives good. That was going around sleeping with people and committed adultery. So therefore, according to biblical principles, they had to create the divorce decree. All right, they had to correct the divorce decree because they was doing all this. In other words, it's acting up, right? So they had to correct the divorce decree. So when they corrected the divorce decree, it was understood that there's a license as well. All right. So that's the whole purpose behind that situation. All right. Now, another point I was making about this is that I was saying that through tradition, the point of the marriage license through tradition is always being a legal transaction or a legal tender. All right. Many of y'all were of other customs or traditions where they give away, where the fathers give away their daughters, right? What they call it? Oh, arrangement, your arranged marriage. So many many traditions have arranged marriage. Now, what I want to share with y'all is that arranged marriages normally happen within a wealthy family, or you could say arranged marriage normally happens in a high value family. All right. So if the father, if he's high, if the father have high value, therefore his son daughter gonna be high value, and you have this other dude that's doing a legal transaction, right, where he's trying to weigh into the family. All right. So this is the part where I'm gonna explain to y'all about the purpose of a proposal. Now, a proposal isn't like how it is modern day, where a man will get down on the knee with the woman and ask the woman for the hand in marriage. That's the modern day proposal. But back in the day, the actual proposal wasn't the man getting down on his knee asking the woman, but it was actually the man going to the father or the king or any one of these high maintenance men, right? So he was the one. He was the one who went to the king or this father or this high maintenance man, and he get down on his knee and he was begging to be a part of the family. All right, he's begging to be a part of the family, and he's begging for this legal transaction to be a part of the family. Which the only way you can be part of the family is that you have to be connected through, as I said, through matrimony. You got to be connected through matrimony with one or the high maintenance man's or the king's or whatever daughter, and that was the purpose behind it. And so they carried that tradition all the way over, know what I'm saying, into arranged marriages as well. All right. All right, Miss Tenor, let's say Miss Tenor, she said without the papers, someone could have two wives or two or more husbands, right? That is correct. That is correct. Now, another thing too that I also mentioned too, and I want to bring up about this is the point about the common law marriage, right? So, the marriage license, all the marriage license is, all it is a legal binding document where both of y'all, both the husband and the wife, they're merging all their assets together, or everything that all their possessions, they're merging all their possessions together into one. All right. Now, when I took my business management course, they mentioned about the marriage license in my business management course that I took, right? And in the business world, they consider a marriage license as two companies merging together into a corporation. All right. So you have a husband and you have a wife, and they're two totally different businesses. And so they're merging the business together into one corporation. So everything about the business, their financial gains, their financial losses, everything get merged together into one corporation. So that is why when you obtain a marriage license, that is why all the liabilities, like let's say for example, I have certain debt, and I acquire certain debt, right? And I end up merging together, right? So not only my debt is going to be merged together, but my wife's debt is going to be merged together. And that's how they look at it, especially with the IRS and everybody else. That's how they look at it, all right? As y'all being a business, okay? So that's part of the reason why the marriage license exists. Now, once again, like I said earlier, many men, and most of these men who disagree about the marriage license, just to throw this other disclaimer out here, most of the other men who disagree about the marriage license, more likely they're men who either on the poor status or they're middle class status. All right. Now, if there was high maintenance men or upper class men, right, then they wouldn't have one disagreement about the marriage license, because they have the income and everything else to to obtain. Then also in most cases, the high maintenance, not high maintenance, the high value men or woman, more likely they'll enter into a prenuptial agreement within the marriage license. That's why you see all these different celebrities like Will Smith, Jada Smith. They enter into a prenuptial agreement, and this is also the reason why you see celebrities like Jada Smith. Instead of have Jada Smith, right, she have Jada Pinkett Smith. The reason why she have her name hyphenated like that is because they enter into a prenuptial agreement. And within this prenuptial agreement, it guarantees that any liability or any income or anything like that she acquired before marrying Will, if they were to divorce, then she could exit out with that same amount without Will taking anything from her. All right, and vice versa with Will Smith too as well. All right. So Tina, she said, when the proposals happen, is it with the understanding that the woman is pure and untouched? Yes, in biblical times, yes, and also in a lot of modern day arrangements, yes, as well. Because the reason why is because they also consider the woman sexuality or the woman purity as a part of a transaction as well. The reason why I say that they consider it as a part of a transaction as well is because that woman have the opportunity to present that man a seed or present that man a heir. All right. So yeah, that is a part of it. Miss Ramona, hey, welcome to the cast, the podcast. Now she said that's for women and men who have commitment issues, a need for a quick exit, and you're referring to the prenuptial agreement, right? If you're referring to the prenuptial agreement, I'll say yes and no at the same time. Depending on the mentality of that man and woman, I'll say yes, because it could be out of fear. It could be out of fear or anything like that. But on the business part of it, I'll say no, because it would be more beneficial business wise if a prenuptial agreement were made, because prenuptial agreements is not necessarily a bad thing, especially business wise. It's really not a bad thing if y'all enter into the prenuptial agreement with good faith and good intentions. All right, because let me put it to you this way. As a matter of fact, I think Miss Ramona, I think it was you who mentioned this too. That it was a situation where a person ended up passing away. Then there was a situation with property right. Was that you, Miss Ramona, who mentioned that? But anyway, let's say if that situation were to happen, right? That part of the not only the license but also the prenuptial agreement, it can be built into that way that hey, in case if one of us were to pass away, then the other person could attain the deed of their property or the deed of trust of their property. It could be built into the prenuptial agreement. Or it could be a lot of different things that could be built into that prenuptial agreement that could be positive for the relationship. Like, say, for example, if you have children, and let's say, for example, y'all have a blended family. For example, you have a blended family. You could have blended into that prenuptial agreement that, hey, I want child A to have this certain type of income or whatever if we were to pass away, and I want child B to have this certain income if the wife or whatever were to pass away. So it could be different scenarios about that. It could be either good or it could either be bad as well. All right. Now, Miss Phyllis, she said this. She said she had no problem with a prenuptial agreement. I'm not fighting anyone or their kids for what I brought into the relationship. Yeah, that's cool. That's good. And Miss Tina, she always be challenging me there, but she said, "What is your personal perspective on prenuptial agreement? Would you do it now?" Now I am married right now, so me and my wife, we didn't do a prenuptial agreement. We just went on and did our regular marriage license. All right. Now, far as if we were to do a prenuptial agreement, now that would depends. Now let's say let's say for example that me and my wife have a high income bracket that we both high value for us income's concerned, correct? So it may be beneficial for us to enter into a prenuptial agreement based on our income where we'll begin to explain to each other like, okay, if this situation were to happen, then we can do this with our income or we could do this with our income. It can be built into that. All right. Then also, it could be other situations that could be built into it as well, So, but when I do it, it depends, But currently, I didn't enter into we didn't enter into no prenuptial agreement currently. So, and I hope that answers your question, Ms. Tina. But yeah, so yeah, it's just like I was saying, it does many different situations, different aspect regarding this marriage license. Okay, and once again, like I stated earlier, normally the only men that really have a problem about obtaining a marriage license is normally the one who are either in a low income bracket, who are poor, or in middle class. Don't normally are the type of men who have a problem with that. Okay. Okay, you're welcome, Miss Tina. Miss Ramona, bring it. I would do a prenup if I were a millionaire. As far as me living comfortably, no prenup is necessary. I mean, yeah, I agree, and that's the point I was making too. It's different. See, people got to understand if you're living in if you at least in middle class, you're a middle class citizen, and you're in that middle class social class level. I wouldn't see any benefit of having a prenuptial agreement. I wouldn't see no benefit in it whatsoever. But however, if you in the high class where you're a millionaire or over that, then maybe a prenuptial agreement would be beneficial. But then, like I say, it's when you do it, it's all could be built in. Y'all could have it customized to fit y'all situation, and it don't have to be a bad thing at all. All right. So yeah, we was talking about that. Well, I'm asking. I can find out. Let me go in here and see, because I know one of y'all was mentioned about that situation I was having. Hold on, let me see. The Oh, it wasn't you. It was somebody else. But yeah, yeah. Miss Marquisha. I don't know if she's on her, but she mentioned that she was mentioned that it was a situation that occurred. So she had mentioned that it was a situation that occurred where with somebody that she knew, where the person ended up dying, and it was just this whole big situation because they never had a marriage license, right? So it was a whole big old legal situation. And so she was saying that in that situation, she was saying, forget it. I'd rather it'd been better just to have a marriage license. And so I was also informing her that, well, even if they didn't have a marriage license, it actually was a workaround behind it, because they do have custom wills, and they also have what is known a deed of trust as well, where you could work around, that legal stuff. All right, Miss Tina, you said, what if someone is marrying for citizenship? Would you guys create a prenuptial agreement? Now, that is a very, very good question. And you are right, Miss Ramona. That is a very good question. That's a very good question. So now, the only thing about that is that right off the bat, you'll have to worry about a lot of legal stuff. You'll have to worry about a lot of legal stuff. Let's say, for example, as a matter of fact, I had shared this with y'all on one of my other podcasts I did. I shared with y'all with a situation that had happened to me where an African woman had approached me and she had asked her she had asked, could I enter into a marriage with her friend for citizenship? And she said that her friend was going to give me $20,000 to marry her friend, and also her friend wanted me to impregnate her too. So yeah, in that situation, you have to worry about a lot of legal stuff. First of all, you have to deal with citizenships situation before the prenuptial agreement or anything like that occurred. So citizenship have to occur first. Then another thing too, you got to make sure that the marriage is legal. So in this situation, common law marriage wouldn't work because common law marriage is only for the citizens of this country. You have to be a citizen of the country for common law marriage to work. So yeah, an actual marriage license will have to be obtained. Then while trying to obtain the marriage license, citizenship have to be obtained as well. So even in that situation, while doing all that, depending on the person, now if it was me in that situation, which I would not enter into that situation, but if it were me in that situation, absolutely I would enter into a prenuptial agreement because I ain't gonna trust that lady because she just really trying to get into this country for citizenship, and that's it. Be honest. Shoot. Yeah, Miss Phyllis, she's saying I'm not rich, but I refuse to battle with someone kids for my property. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy, y'all. But yeah, so that's pretty much on this particular topic. If you want to join this discussion with this, it's a very good discussion that's going on with it. If you want to go ahead and join it, go ahead and enter into the group, not the group, but into my official urban therapist page, and just go ahead and jump into that discussion. Y'all can also watch my rebuttal about marriage is a piece of paper video as well too. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump into our next situation. Our next topic. Okay. All right. So a good friend of mine or my cousin has shared with me a new video about what's her name, Makia Bryant. He has shared with me a new interesting video about Bryant that shows a different perspective about, well, a different point of view about when the police officer had shot her. Okay, so I'm gonna share that video with y'all, and this is my first time looking at this video too. All right, so we're gonna look at it together, and we're gonna examine it, and we're gonna give a perspective about it. Okay, so I'm gonna pull that up right now. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. All right, and I'm gonna get this video pulled up for y'all. All right. Give me 1 second. Oh, also, y'all see this little thing that's scrolling right here? Now, I don't. I had made a post almost it been almost a week or so ago. I had did a live, right? Not post, but I did a live, right? And I was explaining to everyone that I made the decision to not monetize my content on Facebook. All right. And the reason why I made that decision is because I did a lot of digging, I did a lot of research behind it. And once I not and I asked different content creators too on Facebook. I asked different content creators about this as well. And that's been having a lot of pushback on Facebook when they allow to be monetized on Facebook. So I made the decision that I do not want to be monetized on Facebook at all. And the reason why is because I want to have the opportunity to share my content unapologetically, share my content. And also, I want y'all as my audience as well to be able to jump on here and say whatever you want to say without being flagged, long as you don't go under the community standards of Facebook, right? But other than that, you can jump on here and say whatever you want to say, speak your mind. And I want to have y'all to give y'all the opportunity there. But as long as I'll be monetized by that, they limit a lot of stuff because the third parties, which is nothing but a lot of corporations and business, if you talk about controversial posts, they don't want to co-sign for that or they don't want to pay for that. So I just made a decision that I'm not going to do that. All right. But however, as you see with the scrolling down right here, if you enjoy the content, you can always support by donating. If you do, great. If you don't, just know it's available. Okay, but either so, I appreciate y'all. All right, I appreciate it a whole lot. All right, well, with that being said and done, I got kind of sidetracked. Let me go ahead and share this video with y'all. Let me see if I can find it again. Oh, goodness. Let me see. I think it's this. And let me do that. And there. Here we go. All right. So, just like I say, this is my first time. This is my first time ever. This is my first time ever looking at this. Okay. So we're going to examine it together, right? Let's do it. Let me know if y'all can hear the audio, y'all. It looks like it's pretty fast. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, Miss Tina, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. This video had me speechless, y'all. Wow. So what do y'all think about that, dude? Do I need to play it over again? Because it was pretty fast. I'm gonna take myself off the screen so y'all can actually see it again. All right. Let me jump myself off of here. Here you go. And I'm gonna run it again because it was pretty fast, but here y'all go. So what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? This video. Let me bring myself back on the screen. What do y'all think about this video? Still, you still saying he was still close enough to taser? I mean, looking at it from this point of view, it's possible. Yeah, it's very hard to watch. It really is. It is so hard to watch this. But I mean, through the range. Let me see if I could bat this back a little bit. Yeah, he was from this point of view. Yeah, he was in taser range. The other video, yeah, the other video, the one that the police department released, and the one I shared with y'all last week, it made it appear that the officer was little bit further. And that's why I made the assumption that since it looked like he was further, that he was more out of taser range. But when you look at it from this point of view, it looked like he's more closer proximity. I mean, he and then yeah, then right here, he's immediately drawing his weapon. Huh. Those look, it's like his immediate decision to draw that weapon right then and there. I mean, well, why he didn't go for the taser? It was like first instinct to just immediately go for the weapon. That's weird. Oh, wow. Because right at this point that I'm moving, right at this point, and you could see him right there immediately going for his weapon instead of going for the taser. Wow. And then he had opportunity. He pulled out his firearm, but he could have pulled out the taser. Yep. And he could have had hit her right there with the taser. He had a good clear shot on it, even though that's her dad or whoever that was kicking old girl, but still, he could have hit her right there with that taser. He sure could have. Wow, that is crazy. Oh my god. Mm. Yeah, you're right, Miss Phyllis. You're correct. Yep, I agree. Through this angle, it's undeniable. Wow, that is undeniable from this angle. And he purposely chose to draw his firearm. I mean, it was the first instinct to draw his firearm instead of his taser. That's wow. Wow. Huh. Well, y'all, we had this discussion about this last week. So I mean, just by saying this, to be honest with you, I have to digress. My original statement about this, that the officer, my original assumption about this was that the officer was in the right to do what he had to do to stop her and use the weapon. But in this angle, because he had opportunity to do it, but he chose not to. It was all by choice. Wow. Mm. Oh, Miss Tina. All right. So the backdrop of the story is this. All right. So Miss Bryant, she's a teenager and she's staying in a foster home. Is that correct? And so she kept getting bullied by these ladies that's in the video. All right. So she kept getting bullied by them. Right. So one day they decide to pull up at her house. And so this is the whole situation. They end up pulling up at their house, trying to fight and jump her, right? So there were officers that already dispatched to the scene. You can't see it on this video, but the previous video that I shared with y'all, you can see the other officers. There was already officers that already dispatched to the scene. I think it was already two officers there. Then this last officer who shot her showed up last. And he was the one who shot and killed her because she came charging at the lady in this video in the pink and this other lady, right? She came charging at them with a knife. And so when she got to the last lady, right, which I'll show you right here. When she got to this last lady right here in the pink, as you see, she got her arm out. and in her arm she has the knife trying to stab her. And so the officer deployed his firearm and shot her in the back, like 4 times in the back. And she ended up dying from that. Yeah, so he ended up dying. So she ended up dying for that. So the whole big uproar about this, that people saying that this was a form of police brutality due to racism. And so my perspective about this was that my perspective before I seen this video was that I felt that it didn't have nothing to do with police brutality, but it was actually the officer taking the best decision to handle the situation. But this was based on the video that the police department released, right? And that was a video that we seen last week. But this video says different now. This video says different. So, wow. Yeah, I agree, Miss Hampton. I agree. I mean, that's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, Miss Phyllis, we was talking about this last week too, about what you said. Why go for the kill? Why he was going for the kill shot? Why they can't shoot in the leg? The reason why they can't do that, or why anyone who has handgun training can't do that, because it's almost nearly impossible to shoot a moving target in the leg without shooting the other person in this situation. And also in weapons training, they are taught and trained to go for center mass. All right. Center mass means all in this area, all in the wide area. That's called center mass. So they're trained in weapons training to go for center mass. Even if you're not a police officer and you do handgun training or weapons training, they teach you to shoot from center mass, rather than trying to shoot from an arm and a leg, because of the probability that even if you shoot them in the arm or leg, it's not going to stop the person from, de-escalating. So that's why they do that. Now, I also made a point too, in the last video we did about this. I also made the point too that 4 shots was highly excessive. It was highly excessive. But now, they're like, say, I'm retracting my whole statement about this just by seeing this point of view. They're saying this point of view. I'm not this dude does wrong, because because he made it his first instinct to draw the weapon. And I'm going back on this video, and I can't even give him a benefit of the doubt. I would at least say that at least he was attempting to disarm his taser, but he ain't even attempted to disarm his taser. He ain't even attempting to disarm his taser. He just went for the firearm. Oh my God, wow. Wow, that's crazy. Miss Phillips, that's true. Why 4 shots? I agree with you, because that is too much. Wow. Wow. And I'm just baffled by this. And this situations like this, the situation like this, it's the reason why many people feel the way that they feel about law enforcement officer. I mean, it's just unacceptable. And this is the reason why, and I made this point too in my video, and the last video we did about this too. That's why I think it's extremely important for these police officers to go through psychological training every single month. They do. Because I actually was going to do another podcast section, right? Where I was going to show people different scenarios where the officer either choose to use a taser versus a gun, while the person had a knife. I was gonna show y'all different videos about that, but I just elected not to. I just decided just to let it all go. But there are videos. Y'all, matter of fact, y'all need to. Matter of fact, when y'all get off this podcast section, go on YouTube and type in YouTube police shooting due to a knife. Just put that in your search bar, and they're gonna show you every video, a different scenario. So the police officer either want to shoot them, electing to shoot somebody, or elect to use a taser while a person have a knife. And y'all gonna, and it's gonna shock y'all for real. But wow, that's crazy. I don't know what to say about this, y'all. I don't know what to say about it. Wow. Let me take this down. So looking at that kind of messed up my happy mood now, because it made me feel some type of way now. It's kind of messing up my good mood now. But yeah, anyway, y'all. I just wanted to share both of these things with y'all today. This evening, once again, I appreciate y'all. Now, normally, I'm trying to make this more of a habit where I come on here every Thursday evening and just share with y'all some key posts that happen within my Urban Therapist page, that we could just talk about it and gain a perspective about it. Now, like I share this with everybody every single time. I'm not that type of person where I don't personally attack people. All I do, I just share my perspective about certain things, and I just leave it at that. I don't attack people. I don't, belittle them and nothing like that, period. I'll do none of that stuff, period. But however, people do it to me, but I don't do it to them. But I do that because I want to be the example and show people that we're grown people and we could have a great dialogue without trying to belittle each other or try to tear each other down just to try to prove a point. Yeah, that is true, Miss Hampton. She's in the foster care system. Now, a lot of people, they were saying that the foster care system failed her, which I could agree to that claim, that the foster care system did fail her. It did. It did. But yeah, anyway, y'all, I'm figuring ready to just get ready to end this. Once again, I appreciate everyone who came on today, showing love and support. Miss Tina, I appreciate you as well. You know why, and I appreciate it as well. I appreciate you as well. And once again, if y'all want to continue to get content like this, I'm gonna continue to make it better for y'all. We're gonna have some even more great dialogue, and also this space is also designed to have a podcast with a panel session where I can actually invite y'all to come on. I didn't do it this time around, but I can actually invite y'all to come on too, and y'all could just share y'all point of view, perspective. Well, it's cool. I don't mind either. But we'll do it in the next section, okay? But once again, I appreciate y'all. Hey, see the banner there. If you love to come in, go ahead and support the official Urban Therapist. I appreciate it. Other than that, y'all have a great evening. I'm gonna come back again. Once again, we're gonna have another one topic. Another great topics that I'm gonna discuss. I'll share with people too that we're gonna get into some very deep discussions, especially about religion and Christianity. So we're gonna go very deep into that, and I'm getting people who are gonna be on a panel. We're gonna talk about that as well, and we're gonna come up with one conclusion about all this. All right. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and like always, y'all fight fate with faith. Bye-bye, y'all.